Luxury has become surprisingly easy to sell. Every new launch promises taller towers, larger clubhouses, longer amenity lists, and a more exclusive lifestyle than the one before it. But here's the question very few buyers stop to ask: what actually makes a luxury home feel luxurious after you've lived there for, say, 7 years? Because everyday luxury isn't created by marble, it isn't created by imported finishes, and it certainly isn't created by another infinity pool. It's created by the things you gradually stop noticing: waiting, crowding, noise, poor circulation, compromises. Those aren't glamorous topics, but they quietly shape your every single day. Which brings us to Ambience Beaumonde, a project that isn't trying to impress through sheer scale. Instead, it suggests something much more interesting: that thoughtful planning can create a quieter form of luxury. It's a compelling promise, but promises aren't evidence. Today, we are going to test that promise using the master plan, the floor plans, the numbers, and the design decisions hidden behind the brochure. Because every luxury project tells two stories. One is written by marketing, the other by planning. Every great building begins with a limitation. Before the architecture, before the interiors, before the amenities, comes the land. And in this case, the land gives us two numbers: 1.6 acres, 140 homes. They seem simple, but together they define almost every decision that follows. Every road, every landscaped area, every apartment, every parking level, every lift, every shared facility. Everything had to fit inside this fixed boundary, which immediately raises a question: can a luxury project on just 1.6 acres genuinely deliver a premium living experience? Or does compact land inevitably lead to compromise? Let's investigate. No, the site isn't large, and that's exactly why it deserves attention. Because luxury isn't difficult to create when land is abundant. The real challenge begins when every square foot matters. Think like an architect for a moment. Every decision comes with an opportunity cost. Expand the building, and open space reduces. Increase the apartment count, and lifts become busier. Add another tower, and privacy changes forever. Nothing can be added without something else being sacrificed. That's why the first calculation in every gated decode begins with density. 140 homes across 1.6 acres gives us approximately 87.5 homes per acre. On paper, that's a premium high density development. But density is only mathematics. It doesn't tell us whether the project will feel crowded. It simply tells us how intelligently the planning now needs to perform. So the question becomes, how did the architects respond to this constraint? The first answer appears almost immediately: one building. That's the defining decision of this entire master plan. Instead of distributing residences across multiple towers, Ambience Beaumont concentrates all 140 homes into a single vertical structure. At first, that might seem like a simple architectural choice. It isn't. It is a land allocation strategy. Every additional tower would have occupied valuable ground: more footprint, more internal roads, more circulation, less breathing space. By stacking the community vertically, the architects free the remaining land to perform other functions: landscape, movement, amenities, arrival. This is an important distinction. The project isn't reducing density, it's designing where that density should exist. And that single decision quietly influences everything we're about to see next. Luxury doesn't begin at your apartment door, it begins the moment you enter the site. That's why architects pay enormous attention to something buyers rarely discuss: arrival. Look carefully at the master plan. The driveway doesn't rush you straight to the lobby. Instead, it stretches the journey. It allows the building to gradually reveal itself. On a 30-acre township, that's relatively easy to achieve. But on just 1.6 acres, every meter used for arrival is a conscious decision. The architects could have shortened the drive, expanded the tower footprint, or created additional parking. Instead, they invested that land into experience. Because luxury isn't measured only by where you arrive, it's measured by how you arrive. And that's the first indication that this project prioritizes experience over efficiency. Now take a step back and look at the site as a whole. One thing immediately becomes clear: nothing appears accidental. On compact developments, leftover land often becomes decorative landscaping, spaces that exist simply because nothing else could. Here, every part of the site appears to have defined purpose. The tower occupies a disciplined footprint, the clubhouse stands independently, landscape connects movement instead of merely filling gaps. Pedestrian and vehicular circulation are thoughtfully organized. This is what planners call land utilization efficiency. Not how much land you own, but how effectively every square foot contributes to everyday life. Good planning isn't about having more land, it's about wasting less of it. And on a site this compact, that discipline becomes one of the project's greatest strengths. The master plan solves this site, the floor plate solves the building. Each typical floor accommodates 10 residences. That number quietly shapes the daily experience of everyone living here. Every lift journey, every corridor, every neighbor you meet, every shared service. Architects often think of this as a vertical community. The question isn't simply how many apartments fit on a floor, it's how many households can comfortably share the same infrastructure. The floor plate also remains remarkably consistent throughout the tower. The consistency simplifies structural planning, improves construction efficiency, and often reduces long term maintenance complexity. Some of the best engineering decisions are the ones residents never notice because luxury isn't only experienced through finishes. Sometimes it's experienced through buildings that simply continue working exceptionally well. The real test of planning begins once you step inside the apartment because this is where architecture stops serving the community and starts serving the family. Notice what happens first. You're welcomed directly into the living and dining spaces, open, connected, inviting. Then, almost naturally, the home changes characters. The bedrooms move deeper into the layout, away from the entrance, away from visitors, creating a clear separation between social and private life. Architects call this a privacy gradient. It's one of the quiet indicators of thoughtful residential planning. Behind the kitchen, a dedicated utility space creates an independent service layer: laundry, cleaning, household activity, everything that keeps everyday operations separate from everyday living. This isn't about expensive interiors, it's about reducing friction. Because operational efficiency is one of the most understated forms of luxury. So far, we've been decoding drawings. Now, let's see if the numbers support this story. Because every luxury project eventually reaches the same moment where architecture becomes measurable. We calculated the density, which was about 87.5 homes per acre. By Kokapet standards, that's a premium high density development. But remember, density isn't a verdict, it's simply the starting point. What matters is whether the planning absorbs that density without compromising everyday comfort. Next, vertical movement. Ambience Beaumonde provides about 4 passenger lifts serving 140 residences. That's roughly 35 homes per passenger lift. In practical terms, that's a comfortable ratio for a luxury residential tower, reducing waiting times during peak hours and distributing movement more efficiently. Now let's look at amenities. The clubhouse measures approximately 21,000 square feet. Across 140 residences, that roughly translates to 150 square foot of clubhouse space per home. Not because every resident owns 150 square feet, but it indicates how intensively shared amenities are likely to be used. Smaller communities naturally place less pressure on common facilities, and that often creates a more exclusive everyday experience. Viewed individually, these numbers are interesting. Viewed together, they begin to validate the project's original promise. Now let's put the evidence together. A compact 1.6 acre site, a single residential tower, a density of 87.5 homes per acre, 10 homes on a typical floor, 35 homes per passenger lift, 150 square foot or clubhouse allocation per residence, layered arrival experience, clearly defined landscape, disciplined circulation, and apartments designed around privacy rather than presentation. None of these decisions are extraordinary on their own. What's remarkable is how consistently they support the same design philosophy. Every major planning decision appears to answer one question: how do you make a compact luxury development feel calmer than the math suggests? That's where this project begins to distinguish itself, not through extravagance, but through planning discipline. So, what does all this actually tell us? It tells us that Ambience Beaumont was never trying to compete with township scale luxury. It wasn't trying to offer the largest clubhouse, the most expansive landscape, or the greatest number of amenities. Instead, it appears to optimize for something different: efficiency, privacy, manageable community size, and thoughtful everyday planning. Every luxury project is an exercise in compromise. Some maximize scale, some maximize skyline presence, some maximize future appreciation. Ambience Beaumont appears to maximize planning discipline, and that's an important distinction because architecture isn't simply the art of adding more, it's the discipline of deciding what not to build. So, what are you really buying? Not simply an apartment, not just an address on Golden Mile Road. You're buying the outcome of hundreds of planning decisions: how the land was allocated, how the tower occupies the site, how residents arrive, how neighbors share vertical space, how privacy is protected, how movement is organized, and how a compact parcel of land has been carefully planned to support 140 families. That's something no brochure can fully explain, but the drawings can, the numbers can, and together they tell a remarkably consistent story. Every luxury project, like I said, tells two stories. One is written by marketing, the other is written by planning. Marketing convinces you to visit, planning determines whether you'll still enjoy living there 10, 15 years later. Based on everything we've decoded, here's the gated decode buyer verdict. If you're buying for daily livability, planning discipline, and a boutique community, this project deserves serious attention on your list. If you're buying for expansive open spaces, iconic amenities, or township scale luxury, there are stronger alternatives available in Kokapet. Ambience Beaumont isn't trying to be the biggest project on Golden Mile Road. Its success, however, depends on whether you value thoughtful planning over grand scale. Because in the end, luxury isn't measured by the amount of land a project has, it's measured by how intelligently that land disappears beneath your everyday life. Now, you know. Until I see you next, this is Gated Decode, signing off.